So speaking of
Oh,
DeSantis
boo.
and his work in the schools, I mentioned it briefly before, but Politifact has literally changed the definition of a book ban in order to claim that DeSantis is banning books.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why are we surprised? Like, they changed the definition of everything they want to accuse people of.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I won't say I'm surprised. I'm just impressed by the audacity almost.
I mean, they literally changed the definition of last year. Or the year
Yes,
before.
yes, they did.
That's not a scribbling noises. It is now.
What are you talking about? I didn't rewrite anything.
How
No,
dare
bullshit.
you and
That's
your
not what that
own-
word means. Scribbling noises. It does now.
Mm-hmm.
I swear,
Oh,
I've banged on about this before, but if you can find old dictionaries from like the 1950s, buy them and use those. If you have kids, that's what they should have to use.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
So in Brodigan's least retarded article I've ever read, he says the
So
accusation
it's somewhat literate.
it's almost up to Trim's standard.
Wow.
What?
I know.
But my standard is fucking horrible.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
point of the comparison, Trim.
I hope it means that it's could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. So the yes, we regularly criticize Crowder's writers for being absolutely shit.
Yes.
The accusation of banning books popped up again recently when Amanda Gorman's poem from Joe Biden's Never mind, he is fucked up already. Inaugural what? Was moved from a shelf in a school library to another shelf in a school library. Fuck's sake, Brodigan, you illiterate. Remember what we were talking about earlier with how the education system's completely fucked?
Yeah, this is a primary example.
Yeah.
Hey Crowder, hire Bleach.
Hire someone
write.
literate.
Yeah.
That's
Or
it.
even less illiterate.
Yes. I hear Crow needs a gig. Oh dear. So
Why would you try to get a job there? You could do well. I'll say we'll give you that green card.
yeah.
Yeah, we can
True.
squeeze some right into a basic.
I will exchange semi-literate writing for green card. Yes.
Green card? Yes. Green card? Yes.
So this dumb bitch's poem was moved from a shelf in a school library to another shelf in a school library, and it was called a book banning. To say so on the campaign trail, there's not been a single book ban in the state of Florida, which is factually true. So they're changing the definition. Politifact is using the appeal to authority fallacy cites a partisan organization. The American Library Association defines a ban as the removal of a book based on a person or group's objection. It distinguishes a ban from a challenge, which it categorizes as any push to remove or restrict materials. Right, so how many Bibles are in the library?
I think we all know that answer.
Yep. So you're saying the Bible's been banned from libraries, are you, American Library Association?
Wow. Under the Quran.
Yeah. Gotta be consistent. You know that whole First Amendment bit?
How dare you?
Like, how the fuck can you define a ban as the removal of a book based on a person or group's objection? Sorry, if I object to the Kama Sutra being put in schools, is that a ban?
Yes.
To
Fuck's
them,
sake.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't
How dare
you know that 4-year-olds need to know how to do tantra?
It's ridiculous. Madras, can anyone name a book that has actually been banned anywhere, ever? Well, if we leave aside the communist shitholes of the 30s and 40s, England. England has books that you're not allowed to own.
Oh, like the Ludi book and maybe some of that stuff.
Yeah, shit like that. But no, DeSantis is not banning books. Removing age-inappropriate material is not banning it. If the parents want to go out and buy it because they think it is somehow beneficial to their kids, that's fine. They're idiots and sickos in a lot of these cases. Like we covered on the last episode, on episode 99, how they were removing a bunch of stuff such as Goblin Slayer, which is basically just porn.
Yep.
almost literally just porn, but with a better plot. And what? There's no fucking problem with that. It is in no way beneficial to a child to read that material. So removing it from the school is not a ban.
Well, that's the thing. They're talking like, oh well, yeah, kids aren't able to read this pornography. It's like,
Good.
so
Yeah, good.
That's somehow, like vicious assaults.
Hey, Disco, do you know that you have to make your kid read a fucking big ass porn magazine when you're giving Betty Bye-Byes?
Apparently.
Yep.
You've got to read, Penthouse Forum.
But they
Only-
can't have Roald Dahl books.
No,
Right.
that's vicious and
I'm like,
vile.
corrupt
Yes,
them.
I know, Major. It's beneficial to the groomers. That is the point.
Yep.
And of course they want to expose children to sexualized themes and imagery. Groomers.
It's almost as if what gets them off.
Yeah, Tristan Armstrong says season 2 of Game of Thrones could be described as porn but with a better plot. Yeah, and that shouldn't be allowed in school libraries either.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
There is naked people have no place in schools. But the only exception being anatomical drawings in some form of biology class as necessary. And maybe sex ed. Maybe, if it's age appropriate. I'm starting to think we need to burn that these days.
Mm.
That's
Then,
the thing, age appropriate. You know, when they're like, oh, they're 4, let's start teaching them how to masturbate.
Yep.
No.
or they're 12
No.
and we'll give them cartoon-style drawings of other children having sex. No.
Mm.
That's just
Like,
18
seriously,
plus for a reason, guys.
I'm reasonably sure that genderqueer would actually be considered child porn in Australia.
I'm saying that you need to like keep that age appropriate. That's book burning in these people's eyes. But actually banning or changing like just books, no, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Major says get
As
rid
long
of
as
sex
it
ed.
conforms to their.
Just teach kids biology and let them talk to their parents. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we probably could
Now,
we could probably achieve the combined goals of making kids vaguely aware of the concepts of reproduction and getting sex ed out of schools if in biology. Okay, when you're talking about viruses, we also touch on STDs briefly. When we're talking about human anatomy, well, we spend 5 minutes talking about the actual mechanics of reproduction. Not
No.
those ones, but like how baby made. Or rather how baby develops.
Right, and from personal experience, an ex of mine, she experienced her first period in I guess she was 12 or 13, I can't remember which, but her mother made her go down in the basement and read a book on it rather than an actual proper educational course. So I can see why there's an argument to be made for the basics, but that's different than here's a groomer book telling you how to masturbate. Those are two wholly different things.
Well, that's it. And
You probably
basics.
do want to pull the girls aside when they're like 10, 11 and say, look, your body's going to start changing in the next couple of years. And
Well, that's it.
To
And
worry about.
that's.
You don't need to teach them how to masturbate. You just need to teach them that there's going to be some changes and it's not going to be alarmed
That's
by.
it. It's not shouldn't even technically be sex ed. This is part of this is like that's it. Like you're in biology and you start talking about puberty, and then for some reason the biology class gets split in half for an hour.
Yeah,
and we don't know why.
And that's one of those. It's like, that makes sense, but not when it's like, well, here you take this condom and you slide it on the banana, and then blah blah blah. It's like,
we didn't get a banana. No. We had the school nurse came in. And she wanders up to the front desk and she slams down this big ass fucking dildo that's swaying on the front desk. And she's like, who wants to put a condom on it? And everybody just kind of like stuck to the back wall.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
that
Home
was
penis.
that was
Glad you were in high
probably
school at least.
that was
I think
probably
it's first
better.
year
That
high
was
school,
that
but-
was probably better at stopping teen sex than any amount of education.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can get an STD.
But no,
Here's
Bleach,
a grizzled
Bleach.
old nurse with a dildo.
Here's what you need, Bleach. You need the teacher to instruct kids on how to get pleasure from anal sex and to buy sex toys from Target.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, I mean, it is California, so.
Yes.
Are they going to like? Well, here, let's go on a field trip to a glory hole.
Basically. It's got,
Fucking playing Steel Panther.
I don't even want to read this quote. I don't want to actually that to be anywhere on the internet with me actually saying that.
I'll interpret this for YouTube's sake, shall we say? You don't have to go inside the old Biden, but you can actually push on a little bit of stitching to get to the old Hunter Parmesan Joy Farm.
Jesus.
I don't
God.
think Jesus can help us now. An educator at El Dorado High School in Center, California, was captured on video giving students explicit instructions during class on how to have pleasure during anal sex and where to find sex toys that will stimulate the prostate gland. The video showed the educator sitting atop a desk in front of a classroom full of students discussing why anal sex is pleasurable for gay men with an enlarged image of a prostate gland behind her. I'm going to skip that
Yes,
quote
everybody.
again.
Anal sex. That is today's topic, children.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Trim has entered the building.
Yes.
She then told the class the prostate gland is equivalent to the G-spot. Women, no, it's not. And shared places where students can purchase sex toys that stimulate these areas.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's a coupon code for the sex shop I frequent.
One student interrupted and said that sex toys can also be purchased at CVS pharmacies. And then they responded, yes, CVS has them too, a lot of them. And of course, this is not just legal in California, but encouraged, may perhaps even required. The California Board of Perverts approved new statewide comprehensive sex education laws of 2019 to include LGBTQ grooming for health that's accurate, that'll do. For health education under the California Healthy Youth Act, which has been heavily criticized by sane people.
I wonder why.
Mm.
Oh, Lord.
Tristan's asking if they follow up on how to purchase adult diapers.
And when they'll start needing them. No, they don't, because why do you want to tell people about the downsides to your particular form of perversion?
There are no downsides to being a homosexual. It's not if it has a lot of fucking drawbacks.
Yep. So,
Yeah, I mean, all of June is about how great it is.
yeah, as someone says, it's kink ed at this point. When did reproductive education change into sex ed? Well, that's the thing. You can teach reproductive basics, how to make sure you're not getting diseases as much, without talking about where to buy dildos and shit. And how to stimulate the prostate. The prostate is not essential knowledge on how to have safe sex. Dear God.
Turn your head and cough is a whole new level of bad.
Yeah. Someone else says they've got time for this, but not enough time or money for STEM and the arts. What travesty.
It's okay when they do it their way.
Yeah. Someone else says, I have no problem with sex education in high school environment, use condoms to prevent disease, birth control, how to find resources and talk about it with adults, but simply put, teaching them how to find the clit and prostate and how to get people off and find sex toys, and yeah, no. No, like, you don't need to know about the clit and the prostate in sex ed. Like, for fuck's sake.
Shocking.
Indeed.
Oh, that's for seniors. They get to the shocking then.
Oh dear. Alligator clip on each nipple, right, Breach?
Sure.
So the Placenta School District issued a statement to the Post-Millennial saying that the teacher had been placed on leave since learning of the incident. The Placenta School District is aware of a video circulating on social media that involves an El Dorado High School employee. The individual involved has been placed on administrative leave pending a thorough investigation. However, due to employee confidentiality, we are going to lie and deceive you. Please know that our school district has a very explicit set of expectations for the conduct of our resident perverts. District perverts are trusted to exercise professional judgment when deciding whether or not they will molest. Sorry, a particular issue is suitable for study discussion. In the classroom, employees act on behalf of the district and are expected to follow the adopted curriculum. Yeah, the problem is your adopted curriculum is teaching kids about how to be disgusting fucking perverts.
Why the hell would we act like sentient human beings with morals when we could be a bunch of fucking degenerates who will try to groom kids to do horrible things to themselves?
And loosen their sphincters.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a happy byproduct.
Now, don't worry. We'll just teach all your children how to engage in degenerate sexual activities. That way, the weird perverts in the corner don't feel uncomfortable.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We don't want them feeling uncomfortable.
Because it is in my feelings that matter. Everyone else does not matter.
We have to be fully inclusive.
Yeah, we
Does
might.
this count as a non-swatch thing?
Yeah, this is from the non-swatch segment, but somehow
Good.
this was supposed to be there, but unfortunately, apparently you can't discuss anything in American politics without stumbling across half a dozen Democrat pedophiles.
Yep.
There's so many fucking pedophile Democrats. You can't swing a cat between them.
No, not even if the cat's gay.
Meow.
They're turning the cats gay now.
Alex Jones, you gotta step up your game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Alex Trebek.
Oh, there we go.
Oh dear.
No, not a Robert cat is demanding the intro.
Intro. It's a nice intro.
It is. It's great. When you design something to be cringe on purpose, it's hard to go wrong.
The beauty of cringe.